a Catholic church member, I'm an Anglican, I'm a Baptist, I'm a CAC. That is not what calls you a discipleship. A disciple, brother, it is in the function you carry out. It is in your character, your deeds, your actions, your behavior. Now, just like the two examples I gave you, the moment this light bulb stops to produce light, it ceases to be a light bulb and it ceases to function in the capacity. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
We need to understand this concept very well. It is unfortunate that what many of us were born into and we grew into is just Christianity by mouth, Christianity by name, church affiliation, church and denominationalism. But when you look into the lives of many so-called Christians and believers today, you will not see a manifestation of the functions of the salt and light. So of what use it is? You see, when that plastic chair you are sitting upon cannot carry your weight, when you sit on it and you fall down flat, is it of any longer use?
No, sir.
We need to understand that God is calling us to actions, responsibility. And one of these responsibility we are looking at today is being the salt and earth. Salt. When you look at that entire chapter, Matthew chapter 5, the discourse started from verse 1. And in that entire place, we have what we normally call the Beatitudes. In the Beatitudes, Jesus was emphasizing the character of disciples, the kind of behaviors that should be seen in the life of anyone that is called after Christ, called a Christian, so to say, but preferably a disciple. That is the true word that the Bible calls us. Now, Jesus was giving us the kind of responsibilities we carry, that we must do, that we must perform. Blessed are the pure in spirit. Blessed are they that mourn. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness. Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are the pure in heart. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness. Blessed are you when men shall revile and persecute you. Now, salt and light is a continuation of this discourse on the character of disciples. Hallelujah, somebody. Amen. Are we together? Please sit up, everybody. Sit up. If you are writing, I appreciate that, but I can see some people who are not sitting properly. I can see some people, they are already slumbering. So if you are writing, great. So I want you to understand that Jesus is emphasizing on our character. Before they will call me a believer, let them see that character in me. Before they will call you a child of God, let us see that character in you. Your identification with Christ is not just because you are in church. Hello, somebody. How many of you have visited any clinic or hospital before? Hospital, maybe for treatment or for visitation? Okay. How many people? Okay. 1, 2. What's your discipline, my sister? Your field of study? Anthropology. So you are an anthropologist. Your visitation to that hospital, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 days, you went to visit a nurse, but you are in an hospital environment now. Sit down. What many of us play today, until you understand the responsibility, until you understand the character that should manifest in your life, and you begin to work it out. Hallelujah to Jesus. Amen. So in continuation of his long discourse of the Sermon on the Mountain and the Beatitudes, so Jesus gave us these metaphors to signify what he's expecting in the life of his disciples, and the first one is salt. In the ancient Greek world, salt was a very valuable commodity, and it was even believed to carry some divine elements, some divine ability. It was a precious commodity. Now I want us to look at some characteristics and functions of salt, and then we relate it to our lives as Christians. So if you bear that name, you must manifest these functions. It must be seen in you wherever you go, wherever you are. Somebody shout amen. Yeah. So number one, salt is a preservative. In those days when there were no refrigerators, so there was no way they could preserve their food items, especially meat. So they have to apply salt to it in order to preserve meat from contamination and decay and make it stay fresh. So salt being used, being applied to meat or to food items was meant to preserve it. And so Jesus is telling us what should characterize you and I. So number one, if you understand your purpose as a son, it means that in the world you must preserve what is good in the society. Preserve the society from pollution. It means that you must preserve morality, you preserve purity, you preserve holiness, righteousness, godliness, truthfulness, honesty, sincerity, justice, and every good virtue. Now let me emphasize that. As salt, you discover that you find yourself in several places, starting from your home, under your parents, then your neighborhood, your community, your school, that institution where you are studying, the church where you attend, that community where your church belongs to, or the places you go. Now what God is saying that as you go through these places, as you traverse this earth, you will come in contact with pollution. But you must not allow it. You must not allow it to prevail over you and in that place where you are. Hallelujah to Jesus. Are we together? Yes, amen and amen. Yes. Purity, holiness, righteousness, godliness, wherever you are, all these virtues must manifest because you want to preserve what is good. You want to, when you apply salt, you want to make that food item to stay fresh so that it will be edible every time. How many of you have seen our mummies buying locust beans? What do they use to preserve it at home? Salt. And you discover that it can be there for days, for weeks. My wife used to prepare our iru herself. We don't buy iru in our family. We don't buy iru at all. So she does it, she prepares it. Hallelujah to Jesus. Oftentimes, she prepares the locust that the iru will consume for 6 months. And she will just apply the salt. And anytime she wants to prepare stew, soup, anything, just take it and it is still fresh. No maggots, no contamination, no pollution.